Hi everyone, I'm Brianna and welcome to Roll Initiative. Today I'm going to be talking about CodeEMs, just sort of what they are, how they can be used, and at the end of this video I'm going to be sharing my own take on it, so make sure to keep watching. So a CodeEM is like another DM at the table, but they only handle certain things, like a DM's assistant. One of the most common times to have a CodeEM is when you have a lot of players, because sometimes, especially during combat, having a lot of players can make it really difficult for the DM. So you have a CodeEM to talk to the other players, get them ready for their turns, and try and instruct them, while the DM is working on what is actually happening and working on the monsters. Sometimes you'll even have the CodeEM tracking initiative and keeping track of things like spell slots. That way the DM purely has to focus on the actual combat. Though sometimes you even have CodeEMs who run combat some of the time. The role of a CodeEM is to help the DM and to make it easier to run the game. The CodeEM isn't often too involved in the actual story. They'll probably know quite a bit of what's going on, but they're unlikely to be the ones guiding you through the main story. Though they can often help out by playing NPCs. I learnt to play D&D with my brother, and he's quite often playing in the campaigns I run. And since I seem to run games for very large tables, generally between campaigns and one-shots, ranging between 7 and 10 players. Even though my brother is playing, I quite often get him to play the role of a CodeEM as well. Not so much with the story, but especially through combat. I quite often get him to sit quite far away from me, and he can help the people at the other end of the table. That way, everyone has someone they can talk to about the rules, and if there's anything that I'm too busy to handle, he knows enough of the rules to deal with it. So you don't even need one person there specifically to CodeEM. You can have one of your players who knows the rules well help you out. Or you can even have multiple of your players in charge of different things, whether someone keeps track of spell slots and someone keeps track of initiative, or if you have someone who just wants to CodeEM for you. All of these are fine and work really well, and I find that they speed up combat so much and can make it so much easier for the DM, especially with a large party. So naturally, having a co-DM isn't going to work in every situation, especially if you have a smaller party, then there's not going to be much for them to do or help you with. But in the right situation, they can be incredibly helpful and make things run a lot smoother. And I really hope that this video was helpful and that it gave you some ideas and some helpful information. And if you did find it helpful, then I would be really grateful if you'd consider giving it a like or maybe even subscribing to my channel. But as always, thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you next time.